So I'm working on an 06 Toyota Sienna, and I just did a timing belt and a rack and pinion. Switched out the rack and pinion. The passenger side outer seal was leaking, and it's a lot of trouble to rebuild the rack, and I don't have the tools, so we just switched the rack out. Obviously that's what most people do now. So I'm just going to show you a quick trick for doing a quick and dirty alignment, and it's a fairly old trick from what I know, just using a string. So I've got the steering wheel locked where it's flat and even, and I got the brake pedal depressed. So what we're doing here is we're putting a string all the way down the line here, down the length of the vehicle. And I'm just using a chalk line because that's all I have right now, but you want to use kind of a thin line that you can stretch pretty tight, and you also need to be able to see it. So what we do is we get this string exactly even with the plane of the rear wheel, because the rear wheel is fixed, it's not a four-wheel alignment. So this is just setting toe on the front wheel drive. So what we do is we get these measurements exactly the same. So we're at 4.5, or on the generous side of 4.5. Come to the other side of the rear wheel, measure it again, exactly the same. So now we know this string is parallel to the plane of the rear wheel. So now we go to the front wheel and we measure the same and see where we are. So we're right exactly at 120 millimeters. And then on the front side of the wheel, exactly 120 millimeters. So I've already adjusted this one. As you saw, it's in alignment, and I've already done the other side, so it's ready to tighten the jam nuts on the tie rods and take it for a drive to see if it's even close. It should be. This van's going to get tires in alignment soon, but I just wanted to try to see how well I could do at it. So to make the adjustments, in case you're not familiar, just climb under your string. Be careful not to move it. Don't move the string, and then you have to start over. You just turn the inner tie rod, which is this part here, and you got to loosen the jam nut, and then turn the inner tie rod, and that's what adjusts the toe of the wheel. Another thing you can do to get it reasonably close, and this was on Brian's mobile channel, and it works pretty well, is to eyeball these, and you can get it pretty close that way. You just eyeball the planes of the wheels until they eclipse each other, but the string is a little more exact, but definitely takes some more time. And with some body shapes, it's pretty hard to see the plane of the wheel, so that doesn't always work, but the string usually will work.